What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Snake Pit. This is episode 225. Today, my guest is Mighty Mateo Gonzalez. Before we get into the episode, I would like to give a shout out to our sponsors, Post Baseball Academy. They're teaching the fundamentals, creating great work ethic and teamwork. It's a little program out there in Post where the youth can learn some baseball. So shout out to our sponsor being outside of Lubbock. So I know a lot of people usually have to drive up to Lubbock to enroll their kids into like baseball programs or any sort of sporting program. Not this time. You can go to Post. If you're living in Post, this opportunity is there for you. You can get your young ones out there and let them learn. They got softball, they got baseball. They're out there pretty much every day teaching the young ones the great game of baseball. You know I love baseball, so it's pretty cool. My dad runs it. You can find them on Facebook at the Post Baseball Academy, or you can contact them at 806-474-9565. That is the Post Baseball Academy. Shout out to them boys. I believe they just won out there a tournament this weekend, or they were winning, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. My dad and lots of other family members are helping out over there, and so you get a big shout out to them. Our other sponsor for the podcast is Momentum of Roses. Momentum of Roses is an upcycled streetwear brand that focuses on taking single moments to get lost in, to keep momentum, create, and find peace of mind. That is their motto. That is what they're doing. I'm wearing one of the sweaters right now. It's one of my favorite sweaters. Shout out to Momentum of Roses. You can follow them at momentum_of_roses on Instagram, Momentum of Roses on Facebook, and you can shop if you need to shop online. You can't find them locally. MomentumofRoses.com. They are actually based out of Amarillo. So we have two sponsors, not from Lubbock, still representing the 806, still helping out local people. Great way to support people. You know, you got clothing. It's pretty cool. Or you got kids that need to play some baseball and learn the game. You got Post Baseball Academy. Today our guest is Mighty Mateo Gonzalez. He is a professional mixed martial artist out of Levelland and Lubbock, Texas. He's a really cool dude, and we had a blast learning about what it's like to be a fighter. They are a different breed of human. Their mentality is crazy, and I love it. And he's a killer. So hope you guys enjoy the episode. If you would please subscribe to us on YouTube. We also have Lawn Chair Sports Podcast on the Snake Pit YouTube channel, as well as Pirate Radio and Lords of Film. Lords of Film on February 22nd on a Wednesday. They are doing a movie night. They are showing Mandy. If you went to the first one, it was a fucking blast and we had a good time. So this one will be even better. And shout out to Bradley and Jennifer for doing this, and shout out to Season 3 for hosting it. It's going to be a good time. I really would like to see you guys out there if you can. If not, well, I don't know what to tell you. But I hope you enjoy, and you can also subscribe to us on Patreon, patreon.com/snakepitstudios. That's where we do Pirate Radio. You know, starting next month, we'll put one out on YouTube, and the rest will be on Patreon. And then we do our conversation pit every week, listening to music. We release the playlist for you guys to listen to, because Bradley and Jen are really good at curating a good playlist. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
3, 2, 1.
And we're back on the Snake Pit. Mateo, what's going on, brother?
Man, it's good to be here, man. I'm just getting ready for a fight. You know, appreciate you guys having me and, spending y'all's time with me.
This is exciting, man.
Yeah, man.
So what are you fighting for? Like, is it MMA type stuff, UFC sort of deal going on?
So I've been an MMA fighter for about 6.5 years. Just been competing, man. Started competing whenever I was fresh out of high school. So I was 18 years old, man. I had a chance to go pursue a career in cross country for LCU, but ended up turning it down, man, and just started training, as soon as I graduated, and been doing it ever since, man. I'm 25. Just hit 25 a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you were running track.
Yeah.
What were you running?
Man, so I started running whenever I was a kid. My dad used to go take us out to go run, and we used to do little road races the first month of or the first week of every month. And we did that for years. It was a tradition. We've been running's been in my family for the longest time, man. And we just do road races, and man, I was slow as shit, man. I was always getting last place, and once I got into middle school, I started training with my brothers, and my brother Jesse, man, he taught me the ropes, and started running, and I started just running at least 2 times, 3 times a day, and I got really good and started excelling in running. Man, my time started to get faster. I ran the mile and track, ran the 2 mile.
What was your time?
Man, in the mile, my fastest time was a 4:40.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then the 2 mile was a 10:17. That's fast, man, but some people are running 9 minute, 8 minute 2 miles. And I'm like, fuck, man. And then my fastest 5K, which took me to state my senior year, was a 16:22. And that qualified me to go run in Austin at Round Rock.
Jen, what was my 5K? Do you remember?
I think
19, 18. I did a 5K for the first time.
Really?
On Thanksgiving.
Did a turkey trot, right?
Yeah, man, I never ran in my life.
Man, that was always our tradition is running the turkey trot. Yeah, for the West Texas Running Club.
Oh, weren't you talking about that one day?
I wanted to join it. I don't know if it's my crew.
Man,
because you get the beer or whatever. Is that what?
Oh, no.
No, you get a turkey.
Oh,
for the turkey trot.
So this is
No,
different.
I was talking about the Two Docs run.
So that's
2 Docs.
That's completely different. Then? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But so you've been running and doing athletic things your whole life.
Yeah, man, pretty much my whole life. I was never really good at it, man, growing up. But, I hit a certain age where I just wanted to try to be the best at everything that I did.
Can we get into why you didn't pursue collegiate running?
Yeah.
What happened? What was...
Man, I was, going on through school, man, I never knew that your grades, you had to have good grades to get into a good college. So I always used to just half-assed, school. And the only reason, what really kept me in school was running. And, once I found out that I had to have good grades to run for a college, I had to take, I think it was ACT or SAT. And, man, the shit was $100. My mom, she was like, just pay me back whenever. So she gave me $100, and I was supposed to have gone to our college that we had in our town, which is SBC. And,
you're from Levelland?
Yeah, I'm from Levelland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, born and raised. And went to SBC, man, and I sat in the parking lot. And I was like, man, I really want to take this fucking test, man. I was like, nah, I'm not going to I already paid for everything, and I was just sitting there. And I was like, man, what's one thing I've always wanted to do? I said, I always wanted to fight. So, I had a boxing background had a little boxing background growing up. So I was sitting in the parking lot, and I was like, man, fuck this. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna start training. And then I went home, told my mom, I couldn't do it. I'm not going to college anymore. And she's like, what? She's like, Rudy, went to LCU. We checked everything out. You're for sure gonna be on the team. I was gonna get a partial scholarship. I wasn't gonna get a full scholarship. I was gonna get a partial scholarship, which they're gonna pay for like a little bit, of my academics. And just told my mom, I was like, man, I just can't do it. I don't want to go to college. I'm just gonna go, used all the graduation money that everyone sent me, and that's gonna go towards, my first month of training at the gym. And I remember that week, I was like, man, I'm not going to college anymore. I got to find a job. So one job that I had whenever I was in high school, I used to work at a vineyard, and I didn't know where it was exactly. I just remember driving down dirt roads, and I eventually found it. And I pulled up to the vineyard, and I saw one of my old coworkers. His name was Nick. And I was like, hey, yo, Nick. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, shit. He's like, is that Squiddy's cousin? I was like, yeah, man. I was like, it's Matthew. That's, Matthew, Mateo, same thing. And I was like, hey, man, is Chase hiring? And he's like, I don't know. I can ask him. And he called Chase, and Chase was like, yeah. Just start him out tomorrow. So boom, got me a job. That same day, my brother Jesse, who was living in Lubbock, I drove to his apartment, and we've been talking about this for years. And so I'm not going to college anymore. I told him, I was like, man, we got to start training ASAP. Didn't even give him no warning, man. Just showed up to his apartment. He was asleep on the couch. Grabbed him by his legs, and I dragged him off the couch. I was like, we're going to go sign up at the gym. And then, long story short, man, we pulled up to the gym around maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock. We saw one of our teammates, his name's Garrett, but he wasn't our teammate. He was getting ready for a fight. And we saw him in the ring, man. He was hitting pads, and, just, it was the craziest shit, man. And we walk in, and the gym owner, he recognized my brother. My brother had been training over there off and on. brother talked to him. Talked to Shannon, which owns the gym that I train at now, Victory Combat Sports Academy. And, we signed our contracts, and she was like, is this something you really want to do? And I was like, fuck yeah, this is what I want to do. And then from then on out, man, we trained 3 months, got our first amateur fights. Me and my brother both won, man, by TKOs in Oklahoma. I was 18. My brother was, I think, 22, 20.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
man.
prior to that, had you been punched in the face before?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man. So what got me into fighting was man, I got into a street fight whenever I was in middle school. I think I was going to the 7th grade, and I was standing up for one of my friends, man, at our city pool, and I got my ass beat, man, by a kid that was about a year older than me, and he'd been taking boxing classes with my brother at the same boxing gym, and got my ass kicked, man. That whole summer, my mom was like, "You're not going anywhere. You're gonna stay here. If those kids see you, they're gonna make fun of you." And I was like, man, god damn it, man, what a way to fucking spend my summer, just fucking staying inside. And I remember, man, taking a nap that day after I got my ass kicked. It's cool if I cuss on here?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Well, you say whatever you want.
All right, cool. I'm just throwing that fucking cuss words and shit. But anyways, I remember getting my ass kicked, man, and just taking a little power nap. And all my brothers came in, and my first brother comes in. He was there at the fight. He fucking started laughing at me, shook his head, walks out. Second brother comes in, man, looks at me. He's like, God damn, man, and he walks out. My dad comes in, man.
You're just so pobrecito.
Yeah, my dad. I'm just laying in the bed, and I'm trying to, have a little nap, have some peace and quiet. My dad comes in. My dad starts laughing, walks out, and I'm like, God damn, my fucking dad's laughing at me. And then the last person to come in, man, is my brother Jesse. And he comes and sits on the bed, and he's like, what happened, man? And I told him. I was like, man, I was standing up for one of my friends, man, and, I got my ass beat. And he's like, see what happens? You run around with all these dumbasses, man.
Shit.
And I was like, yeah, man. He's like, you need to know how to pick your friends. And I was like, yeah, you're right, man. And he's like, you know what? He's like, I got to work, but whenever I get off, he's like, first thing we're going to do, he's like, I'm going to teach you the fundamentals of boxing. And I was like, all right, bet, man. And then, from that whole summer, man, we just spent every single day in the garage, man, just working the fundamentals of boxing. If I do something wrong, my brother would pop me for it. And that's one way to learn, man, is getting punched in the face if you mess up on something. And then once cross country season started, my brother would take me with him. I'd be the youngest person running with all the older kids, and then we'd come home, lift weights, go straight to boxing. And that's pretty much where everything started right there.
Has this kind of been your life from then on, like just gym, working out, all that?
Yeah, man. See, like pretty much, man. But like, I never really took it seriously until I got my ass kicked in that fight. Of course, I'd go even younger than that, man. I'd probably be 9 years old, 8 years old. We used to go to Spring Lake Earth. It's a small town. We used to go to church over there, and I'd always have to box my older cousins to hang out with my older brothers. That was always the criteria. If I wanted to hang out with my older brothers, I got to box my older cousins. And I used to fucking hate it, man, because I'd always get my ass kicked. I never wanted to fight anyone. But once I learned, man, that was it, man. I never lost a fight until I started doing MMA.
Yeah, man. So what was that first amateur fight like?
Man, that was surreal. So it was a short notice fight, but me and my brother had been training. We weren't training like we should have. We were only spending 2 to 3 days at the gym, and then the other 4 days we were working out together. So we weren't really prepared. The only thing we had was our boxing, and we didn't have no wrestling, no jiu-jitsu, no nothing, man. And our coach came to us and he's like, hey, there's a fight card coming up in Lawton, Oklahoma. Jesse Sinks, he's a fight promoter down in Oklahoma. Shout out to Jesse Sinks. Really, really nice dude. And he's like, this is a good promotion to get your foot in the door. So, me and my brother, young and dumb, were like, fuck it, man, let's fucking take it. So we took it. I fought this guy that was 28 years old. He was 10 years older than me. And my brother fought this loped out Mexican dude that had tattoos all over his body. He had devil goatee and shit. And I remember, man, I wasn't nervous or anything. I just had, pure confidence in myself. And my brother did, as well. And remember going to weigh-ins. We weighed in. We made weight really easy, man, because me and my brother have been cutting weight our whole lives, man. Just staying fit, staying ready for for anything. And I remember getting my hands wrapped backstage. Like I was, most people were they're flipping out, man. Most people they just had that look on their face like they weren't ready. But me and my brother both knew that this was our time, man. Like we've been waiting for this for years. And I remember walking out to the cage. My brother had his gloves on already, man. It was the coolest shit, man. And just having him in my corner for my first fight, and just everything that he taught me. I can't even imagine how he felt watching his little brother go out there and and to score a first round knockout in a minute. And it was so surreal. So like I'm gonna give y'all a rundown of the fight. So me and this guy, we come out. I hit him with the left hook, right hook, and boom. I try to get him in a Muay Thai clinch, but I don't know shit about Muay Thai at the time. So I just grab behind his neck and he pops his head up, and then he spins around and takes my back. So he has both his hands around my back. And then he's like trying to like throw me around, and then he drives me to the cage, and then he throws like 2 knees, and he knees me right in my nuts. And I'm like, God dang, man. I was like, ref, you see that? And he's like, yeah. He breaks up the fight. And then I try to like throw a combo. I try to throw a jab cross, left hook to the body, followed by a right roundhouse to the head. But man, the canvas was so slippery. As soon as I threw my kick, I fell. And then I got like in the turtle position. So I had both my knees on the mat, my elbows are on the mat, and this guy like jumps on me and spins around and takes my back. And my coach, he's like, stand up. So I stand up, and this guy's like holding on to me, and I grab his arm and I pull him across me. And then boom, I throw like a 1-2, lands right on his chin. And then we break away, and I throw a left hook at him. And then I barely grazed his nose, and I was like, dang it, man. And then next thing I know, he throws a kick, and I grab it. And then he throws a punch, and I dip my head, and then boom, I come up with the hardest right hook I've ever thrown in my life. And then boom, it goes flying down. And like just seeing his body hit the mat, I was like, and his eyes rolled in the back of his head. So I was like, that's the kill shot right there. And then bam, bam, bam. And then boom, fight's done. And I'm like, oh man, it was like the craziest feeling. The crowd goes crazy. And I'm like, oh hell yeah.
So like, I have a question on that. Cause like how you said like his eyes were rolling back and you still just went in for more.
Yeah.
Like, first off, that's cool. But like, okay, as interesting as it is, like, I feel like a big part of me, like, how do you lose that timidness of just being like, fuck it, I'm going to go in on this person? Is it adrenaline, or is it just kind of, you're not going to kill him?
No.
Or do you like...
You're trying to kill him.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. Sometimes you have to be like that. Sometimes you got to be like, I got to kill this stupid.
So it's like going into it is the objective to just end them. Is that it, or is it to knock them out, or what is the objective necessarily?
The objective. So for me, the objective is to always go out there and just find a way to win. You know, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you'll fight someone that has the hardest head in the world. You won't be able to knock them out. Yeah. So you just got to wear them out until they get tired.
Like exhaust them.
Yeah. So you got to just keep your calm, keep your cool, and just find your openings.
Because I've seen that. I mean, not that I like watch fights like this, but like if we ever go to Woodrow's and stuff, like I see like some commentators will kind of, the way they commentate, it's like some are just going in on the other and they're just fucking them up, and the other ones are just taking their time and they're like, oh no, they're playing a game. They're trying to exhaust them. They're trying to tire them out.
Yeah, sometimes it is boring for like just outside looking in, but like whenever like you analyze everything from like a fighter standpoint, fighting is just a human game of chess. Yeah. And you just got to know where to put your pieces and all of that. Sometimes you're not going to have a really exciting fight. Sometimes you're going to have a really exciting fight. But for the most time, I'm on my turns, I'm always looking for the finish, because I never know what the judges are looking at. Yeah. Because you can be fighting someone in their hometown and you can lose a hometown decision, even though you kicked the shit out of this guy's ass. I've had that happen before. I fought in College Station, and I fought a wrestler, and he took me down, majority of the fight. But first round I won, dropped him at the end of the first round. Second round, he won. He took me down and just held me down, didn't throw any punches. Third round, he took me down, but I landed at least 100 strikes off my back. And then the last 10 seconds, I got up and dropped him. And, So outside looking in, you would think that I would win, but we're in his hometown. I lost the hometown decision, so I learned from that fight. Now, like all of my wins have came by stoppages. So I'm always looking for the finish. I don't ever want to go to the judges' scorecards.
Yeah.
So what's like the league you fight in?
So right now I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. Right now I'm fighting in a peak fighting championship. It's a promotion based out of Arkansas, but they're starting to get really big and they're starting to expand all over Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, of course. They're just making their way, around everywhere, and they're, starting to pick up steam. It's a good promotion to be with right now. And I fought in LFA, Legacy Fighting Alliance. They're kind of like the collegiate fight league before you get into the UFC.
Is your goal the UFC?
Of course, man.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I want to fight in every big promotion that there is. Like I want to eventually go to the UFC, but I also want to test my waters in Bellator or even go to PFL. There's like other big promotions like outside.
I've heard of Bellator. That's what I've heard of.
Yeah, Bellator is really good. PFL, Ryzen. It's kind of like Pride. If you guys ever heard of Pride?
I've heard of Pride too, yeah.
Okay, and then you have ONE FC.
Okay, I've heard of that one too.
Yeah, man. So those are like the big promotions that I'd like to fight in. I want to dip my toes in every single one of them. I want to see where the money is.
So basically, you just got to go dominate all of them.
Yeah, man. I want every single belt there is, man. I want to be like Thanos and just collect every single little belt.
And realistically, like honestly, you're in contention to do this.
Oh yeah,
you got the.
Oh yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. It takes one fight at a time, but I know that I can be there eventually. Just take over
What weight class are you in?
Bantamweight, 135.
Nice. So yeah, but you have full. Like okay, never mind on the weight stuff. But you're down in the bantamweight, you said?
Bantamweight division, 135.
And what's your record in that?
3-1.
What was that loss like?
Man, my first loss, man, it was disappointing. I fought an up and comer from Africa. And he kind of had the same fighting style, kind of like Israel Adesanya, which is the former middleweight champion of the world. And man, I just had a really shit fight, man. Didn't throw my punches. I lost the decision, but there's a lot of things that I did wrong, man. I was switching my stances too much. I was going more mainly southpaw whenever I should have been orthodox, which I was leading with my right leg, and my right hand was my jab hand. My left hand was my power hand, which normally. I should have been going orthodox, with my left hand forward, my right hand was my strong hand. When I was just switching stances back and forth, man, the guy had really crafty kicks. He pretty much just outkicked me, and it was hard, man. Kind of made me sad a little bit. It took a lot. It took me about 3 weeks to finally get over it and get back on the high horse, man. Like. Losing sucks, man, especially as a pro, because that's gonna be on my pro record forever. So whenever you're an amateur, you can lose 100 fights, man. Once you go pro, you're 0-0 again. You know what I'm saying?
So like, do those losses, do you get like imposter syndrome? Like after them, like do you kind of feel like, damn, how am I here? How does that, or is it just hard to accept?
Yes and no. Like whenever I lost, I was like, man, I don't feel like I fucking lost. Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of questioned myself a little bit.
Yeah.
But, like, not really. I was like, damn, I fucking went 3 fights. No, I actually won 4 fights in a row. Uh-huh. So, I won my last amateur fight and then won my first three pros. And I was like, man, I had to go back and look at everything. I was like, man, beat the first guy by knockout. Second guy, tapped him out. Third guy, split him open with a wicked elbow. I was like, man, and I lost to this fucking guy, man. And I was like, am I really that fucking good? And I kind of just had to,
So you're coming off a loss right now?
Yeah.
This next fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm coming off a loss. And I just had to tell myself, I was like, man, that guy fought me on a bad night. He did everything right. That was his night. But I'm going to come back and we'll see who will last the longest. And, he fought 2 weeks ago and got knocked the fuck out. So... Mm-hmm. I'm gonna bounce back and fucking kill this guy that I'm fighting. So
yeah.
So how do you become pro? You gotta win amateur fights.
Man, you gotta win a certain. It's all pretty much based on your coach's judgment. So if you have like right now, I have a solid coach, Coach John Moore. He's from Temple, or he's from Plainview, and he's produced a lot of UFC fighters, Bellator fighters. he's been training me for the last 4 years. And whenever COVID hit, man, we're supposed to have gotten a few more amateur fights, but all through COVID, everything got shut down. And I was having to go to his house to go train. We're training in a hot ass little barn. And once the gyms opened back up, we're trying to find a fight, man. It was so fucking hard. Like, we're gonna go down there to Oklahoma again and start fighting down there. And then, we waited and waited and waited. We couldn't get a fight, but I was still putting in time at the gym every single day, man. Even on weekends, I was fucking putting in 7 days a week, which I still kind of do. And John pulled me and one of his fighters to the side. His name's Tyler Upchurch, and he's like, gave us a speech, and he's like, I think you two are ready to go pro. And that shit, man, just fucking made my world. I was like, let's fucking get it then. And then, a few months later, we went pro, man. I won my first pro fight and the first round like in 2 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
So what does that do to your mental when you hear that you're a pro? Like,
does
it validate you? You know what I mean? You're like, hell yeah.
Whenever you hear from someone that's been through the game like he has, man, it just makes you feel like you're on cloud nine because he's been around the game, longer than I've been alive. So, it made me really feel like good that he had the confidence in me to, that I could go pro underneath him.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a warrior, you're pretty much the modern day warrior.
Yeah.
What do you do like to prepare yourself mentally?
Man, I kind of isolate myself a little bit. There's a great fighter that I like to watch, Marvin Hagler. And whenever Marvin Hagler would get ready for a fight, he'd go isolate himself in Cape Cod, and he'd spend 6 weeks down there just training, day in and day out. He'd wake up early in the morning, go out for a run. It don't matter if it was snowing, raining, fucking 10 degrees out, negative degrees out. He's always out there running, and then he'd go to his room, take a little nap, and go hit the bag, get some sparring in, and all that good stuff, man. And I try to take little things from him. So I like to isolate myself, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, just, disappear from, everything that I have going on. If I have friends around me, cut them off. I got a girlfriend right now. So like for this fight, I'm just going to disappear from my girlfriend for 2 weeks. I'm going to go stay.
Oh, you do it 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks, man. And I'm going to go stay, in Levelland at my mom's house and just train every single day, man. And like, as soon as I wake up, go train. As soon as I get off work, go train and just kind of just isolate myself, get myself mentally strong, man, and just keep on watching footage on this dude, man. And I just got to make myself hate him. That's the way it's got to be, man. I gotta force myself to want to kill this dude.
Damn, I love it. I love to hear it. Was that guy the thing Rocky was based off?
No.
Him? He's not who Rocky was based off. Marvin Hagler.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest middleweights, man.
R.I.P. He just died.
Yeah, he died, I think last year in March.
Fuck. So he was a boxer?
Yeah, man. He held the middleweight title, I think, for 11 years or something like that.
Growing up, did you watch UFC and all that?
I did, man. We used to go to my uncle. So I never really knew this, man, until like a couple years ago. It's one of my uncles, man, on my mom's side. He was kind of like the original mixed martial artist. He used to box. He used to do karate. He used to wrestle, and of course he'd go out and run. And he was always the one that would invite us to his house to go watch MMA. We used to watch GSP, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, Randy Couture. We used to watch all those fighters, man. And of course, I was never really into it. Growing up, I'd go to his house and just go play video games in the back. And then I hit a certain age where I just got interested into it, and I started just watching it. I was like, man, this is pretty fucking cool, man. And then, that they had WEC, and it would show on this channel where they had all these fights, and I would watch that. And they had Uriah Faber, they had all these big name fighters, man, and Jose Aldo, and I just started watching that too, and then Pride came in, and I was like, "Damn, man, this is fucking." I don't know. I just became a fan ever since then, man. Now it's kind of, I don't know. Now it's kind of hard to keep up with all these fighters, man. Because since I'm doing it, I'm like, I don't know. I can't really get too invested in it now. I don't know why.
Could be fighting them one day, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I always tell everyone. I'm like, fuck, man, I could be fighting this fucking dude one day, man.
Holy shit, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, man.
Are you orthodox or southpaw?
Man, I switch it up every now and then. Like I'll spend one round orthodox, and then the next round maybe southpaw. Or if I see something that I can land from southpaw, I'll like switch my stand. I'll throw a combo orthodox, and boom, switch southpaw the last second.
Nice.
Is jiu-jitsu? Did you learn any of that stuff?
Man, I never really knew any jiu-jitsu until I met John. Like I was kind of just winging everything, man. Like I didn't have any. So I really didn't have any wrestling whenever I first started MMA. I didn't know how to shoot him. I didn't know how to shoot him for a takedown. And once I linked up with John, he kind of just slowed everything down. It's pretty much started me all over again. So I think I had 6 MMA fights before John was my head coach. And then once I linked up with him, man, it was pretty much just starting back all the way over. And it was just, it was different, man. Like I had to learn how to shoot him for takedowns. I had to learn, the basic fundamentals to jiu-jitsu. And now, man, I'm a purple belt under John Moore. And we have him teaching, and then I demonstrate the moves and like put my own little twist on it, which is cool as shit now, man.
So he teaches jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
We should go do that, Jen.
Okay.
Is it the belts are the same as Taekwondo? Like you're a purple, so is black your next step?
No, so I'm not really too sure on Taekwondo, but jiu-jitsu, it goes white belt, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, then black belt.
Oh, okay.
So I got brown belt next. Hopefully I get that in about another 2-3 years.
So do you know any black belts?
Oh yeah, I know shit.
Yeah.
Black. Yeah, man. So we have one guy at our gym. His name's John Cruz. We call him Hollywood. He's a black belt. Jared Roach, black belt. And then my coach's son-in-law, his name's TJ Wahlberger, and he used to fight in the UFC. And he's a black belt. Yeah, TJ.
Yeah, look him up.
Yeah, TJ Wahlberger.
Wall, bro. So this guy, Temple.
Yeah, that's my coach's son-in-law right there.
Does he help you out?
Oh yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
He's supposed to be coming down, I think, in March to come.
There are a lot of pros that come through here, huh?
Yeah, man.
Did you know that dude who went and fought in the UFC from Portales?
Portales.
That young cat, he was like 18. Rojas, I think is his name or something like that.
I don't know him, man, but I know his sister.
Oh, I didn't know if y'all ever crossed paths here.
Nah, man, I've never trained with them, but his sister's really good, man. She fought Mackenzie Dern back in LFA.
Jesus Christ, look at that person's God.
I don't think that's.
What are you looking at?
I was looking for.
Yeah, that kid. He's literally in high school still.
That's fucking,
right now.
That's crazy, man.
So what's like a fucking typical day at the gym for you?
A typical day? So, let's see. I show up at 6 o'clock, man. I do my stretches, and then from 6:30 to 7:30 we do jiu-jitsu techniques, and then from 7:30 to 8 o'clock we do about 6 rounds of jiu-jitsu. It's just pretty much just starting out, shooting in for your takedowns. Pretty much, you're just trying to submit your teammate, pretty much, and just trying to just work every little thing that you know. And then from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, we can do striking technique, and then we can just hop into sparring. And majority of the time, if we do spar, man, I try to at least get 7 to 6 rounds, 6 5-minute rounds of MMA in. That's about 30 minutes, man. No. Not really any breaks either, man. Just straightforward. Maybe like a 30-second break, and just keep on rolling. No water, no nothing, man.
Are there like cats who try to come in and they just don't make it all the time?
Yeah, man. I see it. It's unfortunate, man, but you see it all the time. Like you'll see someone come in, and pretty sure those types of people they watch UFC and they're like, "Fuck, man, I can do this shit." And then you'll see them for like maybe 2 days, and then they see how hard it is. You'll never see them ever again. You'll see them every now and then. They'll pop back up. You'll be like, man, this guy looks real familiar. And then they'll come and talk to you, and then next thing you know, man, they're fucking gone again for another couple months. You're like, fuck, man, fucking cool guy, man. Shit, I wish he'd have stuck around.
Now, do you spend any time like I know you're dedicating your life to this. Do you ever go out to like bars and stuff?
Yeah, man, all the time.
Okay, well, do people ever try to test your ass? Has that happened?
Not really, man. So like, I'm always up to like me, like just personally, I'm a guy that I go. If I go out somewhere, I'm just showing love, showing people respect, man. But
Well, there's a lot of insecure dudes at the bars, man. They be
nah, man. To be honest, I've never. Whenever I was an amateur, I used to get in like bar fights. and shit.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I'm not really too proud of, but like I would never. So I'd always go out with my brother. And my brother, man, he's kind of a little hothead, and he's not a little hot. He's a big hothead.
Oh shit!
So we'd always go out, man, and some would pop off, and of course, man, I'd always have to have my brother's back, man.
You'd fuck him up.
Oh yeah, man. Majority of the time, I've been jumped once at a club. Ended up punching a bouncer, man. I got jumped for it.
Goddamn.
Yeah, man. I didn't know, man. It's my brother got suplexed by this big old fucking dude, and I was like, God damn it! I had a beer in my hand. I was like, man, I hit this guy in the head with a fucking bottle. Nah, man, fuck this. Fucking chug that beer, threw it in the trash. And then everything was just going in slow motion. And I was like, fuck. Bam. Hit the dude. Turned around. Shirt said staff. Next thing I know, boom, get sideswiped. I'm like, who the fuck just hit me? And then boom. Oh shit, there's multiple people. And I just, got in my little ball, started weaving punches, started firing back. And then I'm fucking backpedaling. I'm 19 years old. I'm fucking drunk as shit. Fucking throw up all over my shirt.
Shit.
I fucking tripped, man. I somehow ended up outside and like fell down some stairs, and then some little ass dude's on top of me, and he's like, "What's up, dog?" Boom. He's like trying to hit me, and I have like basic jujitsu stuff. I have my knee across his stomach, kind of just pushing him away, and I'm like, "Man, you hit like a bitch," and I fucking kick him, and he goes flying, and then I get back up, and then my brother's like, "Hey, man, let's go," and I'm like, "God damn it!" I was like, I want to see my brother. I was like, "God damn it, Renee, you always getting us some fucking shit."
So nothing came of that though. Y'all just got a little tussle.
Yeah, just a little tussle. And then one time, man, I got to knock some dude out. But that was about it, man.
So when you're in the ring, like you said, it slowed down. Does it slow down in the ring for you?
Man, to be honest, no, man.
Because we had a college football player on here last week, and I was like trying to imagine what it's like to be in the ring.
Yeah.
For you, you're potentially fighting, at the elite level, guys. So it's like, what is that like,
man? So the best way I can describe it, man, is walking out to the cage is probably the most exhilarating feeling you'll probably ever.
What's your walkout song?
Man, Kodak Black.
Nice.
Y'all.
There you go.
Favorite song. Walkout song since I was 18 years old. Still got to rock with it.
I love it.
But walking out to the tunnel, man, it's just crazy because you'll be in a back room with fighters, right? And if you're up on the fight card, let's say the co-main event or below the co-main event, so you'll start off in a room with about 50 people. You'll just see people just warming up, and as the fights progress, more people just start to disappear, and it's just you and your teammates and the people that are fighting, ahead of you. And then whenever it's your time to go, of course, they have a TV in the back. And, you're watching all these fights and stuff. You can hear the crowd going fucking ape shit. And, you can hear the fucking crowds beating on the floors because they're in the stands. Or like if you're in the stadium, you can hear them just, banging, fucking going crazy and shit. You can hear them like yelling. And of course, you're watching the fights right there. And let's say someone gets knocked out and the crowd just fucking going crazy. And next thing you know, man, there's a commissioner that comes in your room and he's like, Gonzalez. He's like, blue corner, come on, let's go. And you sit in this tunnel, and man, you're just waiting. Of course, you got your coaches behind you if you have a teammate with you, and you're just sitting there and you're just like gathering all your thoughts. Like what I do is I'm just pacing back and forth, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, man.
Nice.
And I'm like, man, I can't let this dude beat me. I trained too hard for this, man. This is my moment. I'm gonna go out there. It's my time. I gotta go out there and win. I know what I sacrificed. He didn't sacrifice anything that I've sacrificed. And then, you hear your walkout music, and then, of course, I give it a little bit of time, and then, cameras in your face, man, just blinding you. And then next thing you know, you got to make that walk through that curtain, and then you just it's cold. You just feel nothing but coldness. And you're just like, God dang, you just look. What I do, no, most people, like, their tunnel vision is looking at the cage. I like to look around and see what's going on around me. I'm like, if my brothers are there, I'm like, damn, where my brothers at, man? Where they at? Where they at? I'm looking for them. And I'll see them. I'm like, all right, hell yeah, they're over there. If I see a couple of teammates that I know, I'm like, okay, they're over there. Cause
does it kind of bring you comfort seeing people you know?
Yeah. And I know if my brothers are there, they're always gonna hold it down for me. Like, I'm always gonna hear them, you know, in the crowd. Sometimes they yell out useful stuff that I, you know, my brothers are pretty knowledgeable whenever it comes to fighting. So if I can't hear something that my coaches are saying, like if my coaches are across the ring and I'm there next to my brothers, I can usually, you know, pick their voices out. And my brother Jesse usually says some really good stuff, and my brother Renee says some good stuff too. And you know, you walk out to the walk to the front of the cage. The ref or the cut man, he puts Vaseline on your face. You know, you say goodbye to your teammates and your coaches, and that's go time right there.
Time,
yeah,
huh?
John usually tells me, he pulls me close to him. He's like, it's go time, buddy. It's your time. And he, you know, sends me off, and I'm like, all right, it is my time. And then go to my corner. You know, I see John and them make their way around, and then see my opponent come in. If I'm there before him, I'm just staring him down. I'm like, fuck you, dude, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then you know, they announce your name, and that's probably the most exhilarating feeling right there. You're like, fuck, man, it's fucking go time. Ain't no turning back now once they close that fucking door. And then yeah, it's crazy, man. All the lights are on you, everyone's watching you. You know, it's really bright in that ring. And it's so quiet too.
This whole time that you're like describing this, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I was picturing Thor Ragnarok when they're trying to get him from under and they're trying to bring him up, whatever. But I was just like, that's what I was like. I was like, he's Thor.
Yeah, it's crazy too, man. Because I fought in Belton for LFA, and you know, for the majority of the fight, I was next to my corner. So John was telling me to do like the guy taking me down, and John was like, throw up a heel hook, throw up an arm bar, throw up a triangle. And of course, everything that he was yelling at me, I heard. And then, you know, once I got further away from them, I couldn't really hear too much in what they were saying. And there came a point in the fight where I was on top of the dude, and I heard my oldest brother, and his name's Renee, and he's like, throw an elbow. And I was like, dang, there is an opening for an elbow right there. And I threw a short elbow, and it split this guy's forehead in half. And I was like, oh shit, hell yeah.
Before I hit.
And then next thing you know, man, a fucking doctor stopped the fight. I was slipping in that guy's blood, and they called the fight. And I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Damn. So nothing like that's ever happened to you?
You don't want any more?
Do what?
Like blood on you? Like nobody's ever hit you like that?
Man, not like in an MMA fight, but I've been split before by my oldest brother, man. We used to get into fights all the time.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I guess there's no better way to learn.
Yeah, man.
They gotta rough your ass up.
I always tell everyone, they're like, who's the hardest hitter you ever been hit by? And I'm like, man, I sparred UFC fighters, Bellator fighters, you know, big name fighters. No one hits harder than my fucking oldest brother, man. Just no one does.
He's cockstrong, huh?
Man, bro, out of everyone that I've been hit by, that motherfucker is the strongest. He's the strongest person I've ever met and the hardest hitter I've ever fucking met. Like, hands down.
So can he still beat you up?
I ain't gonna say yes or no, man. I ain't gonna say yes or no.
Hey, if you're listening, please subscribe.
Man, he's my oldest brother. I got nothing but respect for him.
Hey, it is what it is. So what is it like after the fight? How long does it take you to come down off all that adrenaline and everything?
Man, it takes about an hour or so. So after I'm done winning, I'm like running around the arena, taking pictures with everyone and shit, man. I'm like just fucking hyped up still. I'm like, damn, I want to go back out there and fucking fight again, man. But like everyone's just pulling me and they're like, take a picture with me. And I'm like, fuck, let's get it.
Is it hard to do that because people are like trying to touch you, or are you just kind of like are you kind of over it at that point?
I fucking love it. I'm like, all right, let's fucking take a picture. Yeah, but like, and then every now and then, there's a guy from Texas, man. He'll pull you to the side and do a little interview with you, and you're just fucking hyped up and shit, breathing all hard. And then
one day that'll be Joe Rogan.
It'll be Joe Rogan or Daniel Cormier.
There you go. And that'd be cool.
I'm jumping on the mic. I'm snatching the mic from him.
So are you like are you sore after? Like the days
Dude,
after?
fuck yeah, man. my second pro fight, man, I got headbutted in my nose, which I have this scar right here.
Is that what your profile picture is? You have like a
I have the giant scar right there.
yeah.
And I got headbutted, man, in like the first minute. And anyways, throughout that whole fight, you know, I was getting tired. I wouldn't say I was getting tired, but I was having to push the pace a lot harder than what I usually do. And man, after that fucking fight, we went and ate at I think IHOP, and I couldn't even lift up my fucking fork to eat. I was like, fuck. I had one of my friends with me. His name's Kevin. I was like, Kevin. I was like, man, I don't mean to sound like a little fucking kid, man. But can you fucking, you know, get my fork and put my foot in my mouth? I was like,
well, you earned it.
yeah, man. I was like, I don't want to be fucking weird or anything, man. But can you fucking feed me, dude? I was like, I can't fucking lift my arms up. And he's a good friend, man. He fucking did it. And after my last fight, man, I was like, I got kicked in my legs a lot, and I couldn't really walk too well. And I was like, Kevin, if I go and take a shit, dude, and I need help getting off the toilet. Like, he pulled me off, and he's like, yeah, dog, I got you. I was like,
It's a good friend. Right
fucking
there.
good friend,
Yeah.
dude.
Hell yeah.
Fucking flew him out there with me to South Dakota, man. It was fun.
Would you do that for me, Roy?
It depends on the situation.
Oh my
On
god.
why you were needing the help.
It's a good friend,
I
dog.
would do
If I had broke my hands and I'm like, I can't move, can you feed me?
I'll wipe your
So
ass.
Roy's love is conditional. That's what we're hearing.
You rather wipe my ass than feed me?
Look, here's the situation. If I'm doing something stupid and I break my hands, I wouldn't expect nobody to fucking help me because I was being stupid. But if you know, something happens and you need help, I'll help you.
Cool.
But if I find out you were filming something and you were being dumb, I'm like, no,
You're gonna
deserve
be like, that's what you get. You can't eat. You can't use your hands. Ha ha, loser. That's gonna be you.
not in that way, but yeah. No, whatever.
It's a good
These
friend.
guys.
You're gonna be like, look up, and I'm like, I can't.
I'm gonna remember that when you do the Goggins challenge and you can't get up.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, figure it out with your little Goggins legs. Go.
Anyways. Dude, do you like David Goggins? I love that motherfucker.
I do, man. That motherfucker's cool, dog.
Does he hype you up?
Oh, man, every now and then, yeah, he'll say some good ass shit, and I'm like, fuck, no,
Have you ever ran the Goggins challenge
No.
as a runner?
What's the Goggins challenge?
Okay. So I did it last year, my own version of it. Okay, only because I'm a woman and I was not gonna run overnight in the middle of the night. But the Goggins challenge is running 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours, totaling 48 miles ran. Now, I'm a very novice runner, so I would say I'm very fresh to running. I've been doing it for like only 2-3 years. And I did it last year, and I did 48 miles in 1 week.
God damn.
So I'm gonna do
But
it, but I'm only doing 2 miles
Yeah.
every 4 hours.
It was the best ass kicking and the worst ass kicking I ever had in my life. But
That sounds like really humbling right there.
yes.
That's what I'm expecting.
I was in tears by my last leg. I was in tears. But it was like tears because I couldn't believe my body
You
like, and I want to say that was like one of the best things about that is like, I mean, obviously our bodies are resilient and they obviously bounce back. You are testament to that, but it's insane to like forcefully put your body through it. And it's still just like, okay, we're going to get up the next day. Like it just will, like, it's insane. Like you got to be thankful for it.
You just need a little bit of rest, and you'll get back up and be like, damn, I'm going to do that shit.
Yeah. Like after like a full night's rest, it was like the next day I still got up to go to my workout and I was just like,
What's the furthest you've ever ran in one time?
yeah.
About 14 miles.
It's a little over half a marathon.
A little over half.
How long did that take you?
About, damn.
Was it under 5?
Under 5 hours? It took about 2 hours. About
Okay,
an hour
I knew
and a
that was
half.
a long time.
About an hour and a half, probably 2
God
hours.
damn it, dude. Fuck.
I ran my little half in 3 hours.
I had one of my friends growing up, and his name's Isaac Vargas, and he went and ran for Corpus Christi, Texas A&M, and we ran all through high school together. And he came down, and he's like, "Want to go run a little bit?" And I'm thinking a little bit's like maybe 5 miles, and then turn into 14 miles. And I was like, "Fuck, dude!" I was like, "What's our pace? 7 minutes." That's not too bad. And he's like, "Gonna go a little bit faster?" No, I'm good, dog.
7 mile pace.
I'm trying to
That's
get my
insane.
pacing because I've been running 2 miles every day this month. I'm trying to get see where I can get good pacing because I don't know, maybe want to run a half in like March or April. I've liked it now. I'm like running. It's kind of, for me, I think a lot and I like thinking like that.
Yeah,
I didn't think I would, but I really like just thinking.
Where do you go? Where do you go run at?
I've been running around here, but I got lazy and started running at the gym on the fucking treadmill.
Oh man, it ain't nothing like going out into like out in the boonies and just going out and running. It's like no cell phone service, no nothing. You know, there's nothing around you besides your thoughts, and you're just like, fuck, man, this is fucking pretty cool. Usually, I try to leave my phone behind if I go out and
Yeah,
run.
that's a good idea. Maybe I should try that. I like listening to music.
Gog-
You know your route. by now.
Goggins says that music is cheating when you work out.
Yeah, he doesn't work out
Really?
music at all. He's
Wow.
fucking insane. He's another planet.
Yeah.
But when you fought war, you got a different mindset.
Yeah.
Would you ever do something like that, like a 100-mile race or something?
100-mile race.
He's done fucking 200 miles.
Man, if I had enough time, yeah, I'd go do some crazy shit like that, man. I'd always want to test out my body and see how far that I can go, man. That's always been my goal, is just to see how far my body can, take me.
I eventually want to do that. I know I can't just fucking get up and do it, but now I'm pacing myself towards that.
Yeah.
Because he was saying the Moab is like 240, but in order to qualify for the Moab, you have to run 100 miles in 24 hours.
100 miles in 24. God damn, dude.
What's the Moab?
It's like out in where's the desert in Nevada? What's it called? Do you know?
Death Valley.
Death Valley. You run 240 miles in Death Valley.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Like I think in 48 hours, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's for insane
Shit.
people.
You would just evaporate out there.
Yeah, it's in the middle of
Because
summer.
it gets up to like 120.
Yeah,
Unless they do it on their coldest time of the season.
Which is what, like,
Probably like 95.
Yeah.
Doesn't it get cold? Doesn't it get like really cold out there in the desert?
I would
too?
imagine it's really
True.
cold at night.
Probably.
Fuck, man. I don't know. I wouldn't do that shit like across the desert, man. That shit would suck, man.
Yeah, that desert cold kind of hits different because when I went to Vegas, it was probably close to 100 degrees. But once night hit, that cold, it was just something different about that chill.
I'm hoping it snows tonight. I was looking at the weather.
no.
I think it's going to. Supposedly it's going to start at 11. And
90% right now.
yeah.
Man,
Yeah. Well, but yeah, I've always like I'm on a light version of challenging myself physically, but I'm like, damn, I want to get up to that. Just you never know what you can fucking do unless you fucking do it.
yeah, that's true, man. Of course you're gonna be hurting like a motherfucker, man. But once you do it, dog, you're gonna want to do that shit over and over again. It's all about just pushing yourself, pushing the human limit of the limit of the human body.
Do you like pain? Do you welcome it?
I welcome it.
You're getting fucking beat up, man. That's crazy.
Man, I can take a shit ton of pain, man. That's what I've learned over the years, man, which is really fucking crazy. Like a few years ago, man, I blew up my hand. It's fucking.
Were you punching a bouncer?
Nah, man,
Oh.
not this time. But after my pro debut, man, I was fucking went out partying and shit, man, and it was 4th of July, and fucking hand got blown up with a firework.
Oh shit!
Yeah, man, fucking almost blew off my fingers, and that shit fucking hurt, man.
Whoa, man, that was just something different.
Man, yeah. Luckily, my fucking didn't blow off my fingers, man.
I saw a disgusting video last July 4th of a man who was holding a mortar shell and it blew up his hand.
I've seen that, man.
I almost threw up.
Yeah.
What is this? The average?
So
What's the law? It's like 40 degrees.
During the summer, it gets up to 134. But it
That
actually
was
gets
in 1913, though.
But this is the average. The average high, about 116 in
crazy.
July. What's the average low? 30s
63.
in December. I mean, that's not too bad if you're running. I thought it'd be crazier.
So it's like here.
It ain't bad at all.
Wow.
Yeah, so
It's pretty high, 129.
is it kind of like one of those things where you're just used to pain at this point? Like it just,
I think I've always been used to pain, man. As a kid, I always used to fucking get my ass kicked, man. And then I always
I guess that works, huh?
yeah, man, I just get my ass beat, and then I'd come back and get my ass beat some more, man. I was always just hard headed, so I always, will learn to, overcome pain, and then whenever you go out and run too, man, your legs are on fire, your chest is on fire. You just gotta just learn to, block all that shit out, man. And same thing whenever it comes to fighting. No one likes to get hit in the head, or even like kicked in the legs, or physical contact, man, fucking hurts. But sometimes you just gotta just block all that pain out, man, and just fucking bite down and just say fuck it, man.
So, how do you rid yourself of like fear and negative thoughts in your head?
I just tell myself, what's the worst that happens, man? I fucking die.
Well, that is the worst thing. But so that's basically it.
It's basically it, man. Or like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, whenever it comes to like fighting and shit, I'm like, man, I've trained really hard for all this, man. Like, nothing bad's gonna happen to me because I know the work that I put in. This guy's nothing like me. He's gonna have to fucking sneak a bat in, man, to fucking take me out. Because I ain't gonna give up. That's always been my thing, man. Like, never gonna give up. I'm always gonna give someone fucking hell if I'm fighting them. Someone can hit me 1,000 times. I'm still gonna fucking come forward and try to find a way to win. And I think that's the scariest thing, man. Is whenever you can't hurt someone and they're just
Can't Hurt Me, isn't that his book?
You're right.
David Goggins' book.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the scariest thing, man. If you're hitting someone as hard as you can, you're kicking them as hard as you can, you're trying to take them down, but you can't take them down. This motherfucker's still coming forward at you, man. That's the scariest thing, man. It's like fighting this fucking Terminator. That's kind of like myself, man. I'm just gonna keep on fucking coming forward and forward. Better fucking pull my head off or rip my heart out or turn my legs off, because I'm gonna keep. Even if you turn my legs off, I'm gonna fucking crawl towards you. That's always been my motto, man. Just fucking never give up. Someone's gonna have to kill me to fucking get rid of me.
I fucking love it. I love hearing this shit. Hell yeah. So do you do like? Are you reading books or anything like?
Man, I read like a lot of self-help books. So the rapper Gucci Man.
Yeah.
The Guide to Greatness?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
You read his book?
Yeah, my brother gave me that.
Yeah, I gave it to my coworker Amy.
Yeah, my brother gave me that book for Christmas.
It's cool.
He has like steps to greatness, and I read a lot of those books. I read his autobiography. It's one of my favorite rappers. And then I'm trying to get in these books, man, on investing. That's always been a goal of mine, is just to figure out, proper. Trying to get into investing so I can start, investing money slowly but surely. Some of the monies I get from fighting, just put that away towards, investing into like stocks and all that. And then the law of attraction. There's a lot of books on that. That's another book that I like. Man, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Started that book, man. It's never finished it. 48 Laws of Power, got into it, man. I have all these fucking books, man, but it's read a little bit and I stopped for a while. So I'm just like, fuck.
Feel that.
Yeah,
that's what happens to me.
Yeah, man. I go to Barnes and Nobles and I'm like, man, this book looks pretty fucking interesting. I'll get it, read it for a little bit, put it away, and I'm like, fuck, man, I got all these fucking books, but they're like half read. I need to get back into it.
Are you like meditating? You into like spiritual stuff, anything like that?
Man, to be honest, not really,
No.
man. I don't know. Meditation for me, that'd be hard, man. I guess meditating for me would be going out and running.
Running?
With no phone, just out in the boonies. It's kind of like my meditation. That's where I think the most. That's where most of my greatest thoughts come from, man. It's just isolation and just, being away from everything, being away from my car, being away from phones, family, friends. If something was to happen to me out there, no one would probably find me for a while. So I'm like, fuck it, man. Just, I don't know. I never really got too big into like meditation and all that. I just never really, I don't know how to do it.
Well, you got a good mentality. I don't even know if you need it.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? So is the pay pretty good at this
wise,
level?
Man, not really. It could be a lot better, but it's all about just working your way up. That's why people have to, find sponsors and all that to help out with camps. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. I have a few sponsors that, provide me with the things that I need to get me through camp, and, they help me out with buying gym gear and just all that.
So when
stuff.
you went to South Dakota, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did they pay for your flight and all that?
Yeah, LFA paid. They paid for
okay.
my. They paid for they paid for my flight. We stayed at a really nice hotel. I had vouchers to eat there and all that good stuff, man. Which I just ate breakfast over there. They had like a $45 voucher, so I spent like $15 for 2 days just to eat and shit. And it was nice, man. That was the first time I've ever flown anywhere. First time I ever been out of like the West Texas area, and just traveling to like a further state. And
What a place!
Yeah, man. It was. The place fucking sucked, man, but it was all right.
Okay.
But the experience was cool, man. It was cold. It was really cold down there. We traveled there in October.
Are you fighting on reservations?
Man, I'm not right now, but I have.
Oh yeah.
Fighting on reservations it's a lot different, man, because like the reservation is like the athletic commission, I guess, and I don't know. It's just,
Different rules.
yeah, different rules and like different people, and then sometimes you get paid if you fight on the reservation or at a casino.
Well, so what's your diet look like?
Man, right now I'm only getting in a little under 1,000 calories right now a day.
So you do calorie count. You don't like. I mean, obviously, you're trying to eat healthier food, or you eat McDonald's.
No, I'm eating a lot healthier with like foods and all that. Like right now I'm waking up and I'm eating like a piece of toast with like avocados and all that, and that's
some good shit though.
it is, man. It's really healthy because you burn off that avocado fat a lot faster. So I'm having to do that right now, and then I'll get a half a gallon of water in before 11 o'clock, and then by 2 o'clock I'll have my gallon of water in for the whole day, and then my last meal is at 3:30, and then after that, no more eating, no more nothing.
Dang.
For the whole day. Then I got to go where I work out for 6 o'clock. Then I don't get done till about 9, and then don't drink any water during practice, man.
Is that what they tell you to do?
Nah, it's just something that I think that helps me out mentally. Like think about like you going through a hard ass workout. You want to your natural instinct is to go and grab some water and chug that shit. Me, I just look at water and I'm like, fuck it, man. I could go without it.
God damn, you guys are gonna have a hard time beating this motherfucker. What in the hell is wrong with you?
Man,
I love it though.
It's just something that something I've always done, man. Like whenever like I'm in a fight, John's rule is like some people like in between rounds they'll get the water and start chugging it. You can get waterlogged like that. So after each round, John comes in. He's like, "Hey, buddy, how you feeling?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I just need to blow my nose. Give me a towel. Fucking blow my nose."
Some blood come out?
Man, it's a shit ton of boogers, dude. I have a hard time breathing out my right nostril. And that's always what the first thing I asked him. "Give me the towel, dog. Give me the towel. I got to blow my fucking nose." And then he'll blow my nose and he'll tell me everything I need to do for the next round. And then he'll tell me, "You want a sip of water?" Like, you don't, like, not even a drink. You want a sip? Yeah, give me a sip. Take a little sip and then jump into the next round. I don't indulge in water in between the rounds. Just take a little baby sip and I'm good. I'm good to go.
Is this you right here? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's my LFA fight.
Oh hell!
What did you do?
Nothing.
Is it still recording?
Yes.
I never thought that I was in trouble. I knew that he was gonna come out hard. That's when me and John
It's that guy
It
right
was my
there, man.
He's gonna come out hard that first round. He was slowly gonna, ease up. So we knew
That guy right there is so fucking strong, dude.
Really?
second and third round.
And he hits so fucking hard too.
If the fight didn't get stopped, I was eventually gonna, either knock him out or submit him. Mostly on my way to, come by knockout. But these last 4 or 5 years that I've been with John, he's turned my greatest weakness into one of my greatest strengths.
You fighting Goggins?
So I'm I'm hoping that July or August, and I'm hoping, but then
Right there, I split him with that elbow. I heard my
Oh,
brother.
that was that moment?
Yeah, I heard my brother
UFC
throw an elbow.
or even Bellator. I want to take this to the biggest stage that I can. Start off as a contender and then eventually.
Mighty Mateo?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
It's got a nice little ring to it.
Love it. So where's this next fight going to be?
It's gonna be in Beaumont, Texas.
Beaumont.
Yeah.
Man, those guys are crazy over there.
Yeah, I'm fighting this Australian dude.
It's the Bayou.
Oh yeah, man. You're right next to
Yeah.
Louisiana and all that good stuff.
Gators are out there.
Man, I can't wait to eat some seafood down there. I love me some seafood.
And that's the best place.
Bro, yeah, get that fresh seafood, man. After weigh-ins, cutting all that weight. Fuck, man, I'm excited to go down there and just.
Go down there. I'm going to try that food.
Yeah, man.
I've heard there's a lot of KKK guys over there.
Oh, really?
Whatever. That's what I heard anyways. That's the only time I've heard about
I
it.
have to paint myself white, man. Shit.
You can beat them up. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Can't beat up a gun, though, dog. I probably.
Well, that's true. I don't know nothing about that. So. Well, Jen's favorite segment. I'll let you ask the question about what she likes to ask, and I really want to know.
So, as an athlete, as a fighter, I'm sure you grew up watching film, and this is what kind of inspired you, also. So what is your favorite boxing film, fighting film, sports film?
Shit, sorry.
My favorite fighting film would probably have to be probably The Fighter with Mickey Ward. Mark Wahlberg's in that movie, and then Christian Bale.
Let me.
This is where he's like a drug addict, right?
Yeah, it's a true story.
Yeah, Christian Bale's a drug addict. He's the brother.
Is this one that he lost like a shit ton of weight for?
Mhm. One of them, anyway.
Yeah, because he plays like a heroin addict.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they both were fighters.
Is there a scene where he's like detoxing and he's like screaming?
I can't remember. It's been years since I've seen it. It's probably been like a good 10 years since I've seen it.
There's one scene with Christian Bale. I think he's doing crack in a 2-story building, and then I think his mom starts banging on the door, and he fucking jumps out the window and fucking lands into like a pile of trash. It's fucking.
Oh yeah, he jumps off like a 2-story.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Warrior?
Yeah,
That's a good one.
with Tom Hardy.
Uh-huh.
That's a good one.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah. Let's see. My favorite sports movie it's a running movie. It's Without Limits with Steve Prefontaine. And that's,
We have a poster of him in the back over there.
really?
Hmm?
Is it the
I'll show you after. I don't know which one it is.
man? I love. I watched that movie this morning because it hyped me up before I went to go work out.
I didn't know Joe Edgerton was in there.
Mm-hmm.
He was a monster, Tom Hardy. Jesus. He said he's all fucked up from training that.
From doing jujitsu.
Yeah, he's like older now. He's like, it fucked me up.
He's a bad motherfucker, dude. I like Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah, then he bulked up to do
To do Bane.
Bane. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had gained like 30 pounds of muscle within 3 months.
I thought Jen was going to ask you, do you have any ghost stories?
Oh no, I was gonna ask you a question.
Man,
Yeah, do you have any ghost
if we're
stories?
on that
Yeah, let me
topic,
ask
fuck, I
that.
got a
Is that my
fuck ton-
question
I got a
now?
fuck ton of
Okay.
So both of those can be, but you have experience with the ghost?
Fuck yeah,
Oh, let's hear it.
man. I'm a fucking Mexican man.
Let's hear it, man.
All right, so I always tell this one. So whenever I was in the 8th grade, I was probably like 13, 14 years old. And me and my cousin, we went to a swimming pool party. And we got back. And it was probably like 12 o'clock or so. And we dug a little hole in the ground. And we made a little bonfire in my parents' backyard. And then anyways, we're just chilling out, man. And we didn't have a speaker. And my parents, they've always lived behind a funeral home. So we'd always see like creepy ass shit, man. We'd see people, the funeral directors bring the bodies in and all that shit. Like in the middle of the night, you'll see the hearse pull up and they'd unload the body. Sometimes they wouldn't have the little towel over the dead people. It's pretty fucking scary. Anyways,
Sheesh.
I told my cousin, I was like, dude, I'm gonna run to the laundry room. It's right next to the funeral home. And I was like, I'm gonna go grab the speaker. And whenever I used to walk, I used to look at my feet and shit. And I'm looking down at my feet, I'm walking. I open up the laundry room door and it's like fucking dark as shit. And I turn on the light and I'm still looking at my feet. And I shit you not, there's like old lady feet, like pale as shit with like black nails, just like right in front of me. And I was like, holy shit. And like, me watching scary movies and shit as a kid, I'm like, man, don't you fucking look up. Don't you look up. So I reach, grab the speaker, fucking turn around, I backpedal, turn off the lights, slam the door, and I fucking haul ass. And I'm like, hey man, let's go to the fucking side. And my cousin's like, he's like, what happened? I'm like, dude, there's a fucking old lady in the fucking laundry room. And then, yeah, that was
Ooh.
it. And then,
Shit.
this one time too, I was watching scary ass shit, man, on fucking TV. We used to watch Ghost Adventures. And I was watching that shit late at night by myself. And there was this episode about like the Bobby Mackey fucking studio.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's hands down the scariest fucking episode I've ever seen. Anyways, I just had a bad feeling that night. And I slept with the light on and shit, man. I was a little ass kid.
We looked that up, Bob Mackey.
And man, I was trying to sleep and like 3 a.m, I heard someone like in like, little devilish voice, say my name, just Matthew. And of course I woke up and I was like,
MACKEY.
what the fuck was that? And then
Yeah.
of course I got scared
Sorry, I think it was the other.
and I tried to fall back asleep, man. And the next morning I had a cross in my closet and it was ripped off and it was thrown on my TV. And I was like, who the fuck or what the fuck did that shit? My closet room was my closet door was open and I was like, holy shit, man.
Dude, it's that damn funeral home.
Man,
They're
dog,
coming over to you.
and like, man, we used to have a bunch of crazy stuff happen at that house, man. One time we heard footsteps on top of the house and my brothers are like, you know, they run to my mom's room and my dad's room. They're like, Mom, Dad, there's someone climbing on the roof. Of course, you know, my dad didn't have it. We didn't have a gun growing up. We had a pellet gun. My dad fucking cocks up the pellet gun.
Shit.
He runs outside and he's fucking pointing the pellet gun out there and he's like, man, there ain't no one out here. And my brother's like, man, fuck this. And they all slept in my parents' room. And I was like, fuck, man, that's fucking crazy. And then a couple of times too, man, my brother Jesse and Renee, they used to live in like the back rooms. It's kind of creepy back there. And, you know, they were talking with each other because their rooms were like corner to corner with each other. And they're about to go to sleep and they turn off the lights. And as soon as they both turned off their lights, they heard someone run down the hallway and just scratching on the walls. And yeah.
It's like some fucking horror movie shit.
Yeah.
Man. What the hell?
Yeah, it's fucking creepy. And, you know, everyone that's ever stayed at my house, man, they've always experienced, you know, something paranormal.
Ooh, the fucking old lady feet would have did me.
Man, bro, that fucking scared the fuck out of me. I was watching some creepy ass shit with my girlfriend the other day, and this guy, you know, he opens up the door. He's living like at an apartment complex or at a dorm or something like that. And he opens up his door, right, and he goes into the hallway and he fucking looks down and there's fucking old lady feet. Now that shit made my fucking heart stop.
Oh shit!
I told my girlfriend, I was like, man, that shit fucking happened to me too.
Oh no!
Man, I just had like instant flashbacks. I was like, holy shit.
Ooh. No,
Man, I heard some crazy shit about my family recently. So one of my mom's cousins, they used to live in San Antonio, and where the Alamo is, that's not the original place where it used to be. It used to be more east, and well, they had probably bought the house back in the 60s or 70s, and the house where they lived at, they believe that's the area where the Alamo had actually happened. But apparently they, at that time, they would dig up in the backyard because they had found some guns that were probably like part of the Alamo. But apparently when they dig that up, a lot of series of bad luck had happened. And I think like the son and the daughter had actually died like at a young age. And every time like they would like dig in there, something bad would happen to the family. And so I don't think they own the house anymore, but I need to ask my mom like the whole story. But that's pretty much what how the story goes.
That's pretty fucking.
But apparently like they said that there was some crazy like paranormal stuff going on at that time.
Yeah, the Alamo used to be huge.
Yeah.
Like a big ass wall.
So
pretty much all around downtown San Antonio, I think.
Like the east side where the Alamo Dome is, yeah.
Fuck that.
Hell yeah, man. Fucking
Every time
ghosts.
we tell these stories, I think because we have a ghost in here.
Really?
I think he's gonna fucking pop out. But he don't really mess with us anymore.
It's gonna be all fun and games when you see that happen.
Oh my
See a
god.
face.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Ew.
Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on here and telling us about the MMA life.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Hey, real quick, we've actually met before. Do you know Anthony Rodriguez?
Yeah.
So I went to school with him. I helped him conduct an interview with you back in the day.
Man, I knew you look real familiar.
Yeah,
Back in the old gym.
Yeah, at the old gym, and then because we did the interview with you. It was like the upstairs weight room.
Yeah.
But I will say you have improved a lot with interviewing because I think every question we asked you, you had to seriously like think about it for like a minute, and you just been, man, I don't know. And you would have to think. But
man, I've been doing interviews for the last year or so, last 2 years.
That might have been your first interview.
That was my very first, and that was in 2018.
Yeah.
Beginning of 2019, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Came a long way since then, man.
I have to take a picture with you and send them to Anthony.
Man, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm getting better at these interviews, man. And like, stuff like this, man, like I'm starting to, open up a little bit more, starting to get a lot more comfortable and all that.
Yeah, because I think when we edited the video, it was supposed to be like a 5-minute interview, and I think there was only like 45 seconds worth of.
Bro, I like cringe so hard. Like I started that shit on my phone. Like I go back and I'm like, damn, man, what the fuck's wrong with me?
But no, you've improved a lot.
Appreciate that, man.
Hell yeah. So can people watch the fight?
Yeah.
On the 11th?
It'll be peakfighting.com. There's an online pay-per-view that's going to be, I guess, showing the fight.
Hell
you
yeah.
can look on the fight card right now. I think I'm the opener for the main card.
Sweet, dude.
Is it this one?
No, go to peakfighting.com. He's like your Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jamie, pull this up.
Damn it. I'm not as good though.
You'll get there.
Yeah, and that one right there. And then
OnlyFans is sponsoring it?
yeah,
Nice.
man. Yeah. OnlyFans, I need a sponsor your boy.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Where else can they follow you?
I got Facebook and Instagram. Instagram panhandle is I guess Instagram handle. That's a panhandle for. The mighty Mateo _32.
I can't wait to see you in the UFC, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Bradley, you got anything for the people out there?
Follow me at Bradley Noel Garcia, and I'll let you.
Okay. Follow me at Hellosoft. Follow me at Lords of Film follow us at Lords of Film with the Z. We have a very cool announcement coming soon. And then follow my hair page, Texas Chainsaw Alchemist. I'm booking out for February.
There you go, man. Patreon.com/SnakePitStudios. We'll see you guys. Thank you, dude.